If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. So folks, the NFL world is buzzing, and it's not just another offseason headline. It's a potential game changer. Word around the league is that Travis Kelce has officially put pen to paper and signed with the Cleveland Browns. Let that sink in. One of the most dominant tight ends of the last decade is leaving the shadow of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City dynasty to join forces with the Dawg Pound. Now, this isn't just a transfer, it's a seismic shift. Nobody saw this coming, not even the insiders who live and breathe NFL scoops. It's the kind of move that turns contenders into juggernauts, or at least that's the promise swirling around Berea right now. Kelce himself hasn't been shy either. In early statements, he's hinted no promise to completely transform Cleveland's offensive identity. He's not here for nostalgia or hometown reunions. He's here to win. And not just games. He wants rings. The Browns, who've long been seen as talented but inconsistent, now find themselves armed with a future Hall of Famer, and the expectations, they've just gone through the roof. Is this the moment Cleveland finally flips the script? Stay tuned, because something big is brewing. Now imagine this Deshaun Watson dropping back in the pocket, scanning the field, and finding Travis Kelce streaking across the middle with that signature blend of power and finesse. That's the vision Browns fans are already dreaming of. Wow. There's been no shortage of speculation about Watson's ability to return to elite form. There's no denying that giving him a weapon like Kelce changes the conversation entirely. This isn't just about statistics or scheme fit, it's about credibility. Kelce brings a championship mindset that Cleveland has desperately lacked in recent years. Think about it. Every time this team started to build momentum, something, injuries, coaching changes, or plain old bad luck, derailed them. But Kelce's presence could be the cultural reset they need. We're talking about a guy who's been to the mountaintop, who knows what it takes to win in January and February. And more importantly, he knows how to elevate the players around him. Word from inside the locker room is that even in early practices, Kelce's energy is contagious. He's already mentoring young tight ends, helping receivers fine-tune their routes, and pushing Watson to be vocal and confident. This isn't just a signing, it's a signal. Cleveland wants it all, and they're done waiting. The rumors started quietly, almost too quietly. A few cryptic tweets, some airport sightings, and one blurry photo of Kelce in what appeared to be a Browns hoodie. Most dismissed it as off-season chatter, nothing more than fantasy football-fueled delusion, but behind the scenes the wheels were already turning. Sources close to the situation say that Kelce had been in conversations with key members of the Browns organization for weeks, if not months, and here's the kicker, this wasn't just about money. From what we're hearing, Kelce was genuinely intrigued by the idea of being the missing piece in a team that's been starving for playoff success. And it's no coincidence that the Browns' new offensive coordinator, known for his creativity and tight end heavy formations, played a big role in sealing the deal. There's also a deeper layer here. Kelce is from Cleveland Heights. Coming home isn't just poetic, it's personal. He's got family here, roots here and now, unfinished business. The question fans are asking now isn't why he came, it's why not sooner? If this move works, it could be remembered as the most pivotal moment in modern Browns history. And right now, the city is daring to believe. But of course, not everyone's convinced. There's skepticism swirling in the national media, with pundits questioning whether Kelce still has enough gas left in the tank. He's not a 25-year-old anymore. They say he's been through wars, deep playoff runs, and countless hits over the middle. Can he really take a franchise on his back at this stage of his career? But if you've watched KELCE over the past season, you know the answer isn't about age, it's about impact. Even with Mahomes under pressure, Kelce remained his most trusted outlet, his football soulmate. And now that same reliability could be exactly what Deshaun Watson needs to silence the critics. There's also this narrative that Cleveland is where careers go to die, but maybe Kelce is here to flip that on his head. Maybe this is the next chapter he's been waiting for. Remember, Tom Brady was 43 when he won a Super Bowl in Tampa. Great players find ways to adapt, reinvent, and lead. And all signs point to Kelce stepping into that leadership role with swagger and confidence. Inside league circles, there's a growing belief that the Browns may have just pulled off the steal of the decade. Training camp hasn't even officially, started, but already Browns fans are flooding social media with excitement. Jerseys are being ordered at record pace highlight, reels are being edited with KELCE in brown and orange, and season ticket interest is surging. The city feels electric again, and it's more than just hype, it's hope. For too long, Cleveland has been the punchline of NFL jokes, the factory of sadness, the team with potential that always finds a way to collapse when it matters most. But with KELCE in the building, that narrative is starting to shift. He brings legitimacy, a name that commands respect in every stadium. Players across the league are watching, and some are reportedly already reaching out to their agents, intrigued by the idea of joining forces in Cleveland. Suddenly, the Browns aren't just a team with promise, they're becoming a destination. It's still early, sure, but this is how momentum begins. The buzz, the belief, the buy-in. And make no mistake, Travis Kelce isn't here to just ride off into the sunset. He wants to compete, dominate, and prove that greatness can bloom even in the coldest football winters. For the first time in a long time, the Browns are hot. What makes this move even more fascinating is how it will reshape the Browns' offensive philosophy. Analysts are already breaking down film speculating how head coach Kevin Stefanski will utilize KELCE in this system. Will he be a traditional tight end lining up beside the tackle? Or will he play more of that hybrid slot dominant role that made him unstoppable in Kansas City? Early signs suggest the Browns plan to unleash him in multiple formations using motion mismatches and layered route concepts to keep defenses guessing. And that's not just coach speak, it's a legitimate strategic advantage. Defenses now have him to account for KELCE on every snap, which opens up space for Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and Nick Chubb out of the backfield. It's the kind of domino effect offensive coordinators dream about. And don't forget, Cleveland's offensive line is one of the league's best. When healthy Mean and Watson could finally have time to process and deliver strikes with confidence. If this offense clicks, we're not just talking about a playoff. Our team, we're talking about a legitimate AFC title contender. And all of it hinges on how KELCE integrates into the system. So far, he's all in, and the team is following his lead. Insiders close to the team have shared that KELCE's arrival has already shifted the culture inside the locker room. Players are arriving earlier, staying later, and treating every rep like it's week 17 with the playoffs on the line. It's that championship DNA KELCE brings, intangible yet transformative. One anonymous veteran reportedly said, "You feel his presence even when he's not talking. It's like having a coach who still plays at a Pro Bowl level." That kind of praise doesn't come easy, especially in a league where egos run high and respect is earned, not given. KELCE's presence is forcing everyone to raise their standard from the practice squad to the starting lineup. And while the coaching staff is still installing new wrinkles into the playbook, players say it already feels like a more cohesive, focused group. This is what true leadership does. It uplifts, inspires, and drives accountability. Of course, chemistry isn't built overnight, but the early returns are undeniable. KELCE isn't here to play savior, but he is here to light a fire. And judging by the way his new teammates are responding, Cleveland could be on the verge of something very, very real. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. But here's where things get really juicy. The whispers coming out of Kansas City. Multiple sources claim that not everyone in the Chiefs organization was on board with letting KELCE walk. There was apparently a divide. Some believed it was time to get younger and lean into rebuilding around Mahomes, while others felt KELCE still had 2 or 3 elite years left. And now, with the deal finalized, there's reportedly a quiet sense of regret among certain staffers. Mahomes himself hasn't commented publicly beyond a generic wishing him the best, but body language during recent presses tells a different story. Losing a partner like KELCE isn't just about production, it's emotional. These two built something special, a connection that elevated them both. And now that magic is headed to a rival conference team with something to prove. There's even speculation that Mahomes lobbied behind the scenes to keep KELCE in KC, but the front office had already made up its mind. If that's true, you have to wonder what ripple effects this move could have long term. Not just for the Browns, but for the entire AFC landscape. Because if KELCE shines in Cleveland, this could haunt the Chiefs for years to come. Off the field, KELCE's signing is also being viewed as a massive win for Cleveland's brand. For years, the Browns have struggled to attract top-tier talent, not just because of the losing, but because of the perception surrounding the franchise. That perception is beginning to shift. KELCE's star power isn't limited to football. He's a media figure, a pop culture presence, and one of the most marketable players in the league. Already, local businesses are launching KELCE-themed promotions, and there's talk of a new mural being painted in downtown Cleveland. This is more than just a football move. It's a cultural moment for the city. Even tourism officials are getting involved with plans to highlight KELCE in upcoming marketing campaigns. It's the kind of halo effect that only a few athletes in the world can create. And for Cleveland, which has long fought to shed its underdog label, this could be the rebrand they've been waiting for. More eyes mean more pressure, sure, but it also means more opportunity. And if the team can match the city's energy on the field, we could be witnessing the beginning of a new era. One where Cleveland doesn't just hope for success, it expects it. Now let's talk legacy. For KELCE, this move could define how his career is remembered. He already has the rings, the records, and the accolades. But what if he leads the Browns to their first Super Bowl appearance? What if he helps rewrite the history of a franchise synonymous with heartbreak? That kind of storyline turns great players into legends. We've seen it before. Players who leave comfortable situations to chase something bigger than themselves. Think Peyton Manning in Denver. Think LeBron James back in Cleveland. These are the moves that change sports narratives forever. And for KELCE, this might be his chance to do the same. The risk is real. If the Browns falter, critics will say he should have stayed put. But if they rise, if they conquer the AFC North, survive the playoffs, and hoist that elusive Lombardi trophy, then KELCE becomes more than just a tight end. He becomes a symbol of belief, a player who bet on an underdog and won. And in the process, he might just change the way the world views the Cleveland Browns forever. That's the kind of legacy money can buy. And from what we're hearing, that's exactly what's driving him. As the dust settles and training camp looms, one thing is clear. Travis KELCE has changed everything in Cleveland. Not just the playbook, not just the roster, but the energy. This city has been waiting for something to believe in, and now it finally has a reason to dream big. The streets are buzzing, the fans are rallying, and the players are responding. There's a newfound swagger in the building, one that hasn't been felt in decades. Of course, it's all still just potential. Games haven't been played. Injuries. How can happen? Expectations can crush even the most talented teams. But for now, there's magic in the air. The kind that can't be faked or forced. It's organic and it's powerful. KELCE didn't just sign a contract, he ignited a movement. And as rumors swirl about more big names eyeing Cleveland, you get the sense that this could be the start of something much bigger. A culture shift, a redemption arc, a championship window. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, you can't deny that the Browns are suddenly must-watch football. And with KELCE leading the charge, all bets are off. This is more than hype. It's a storm coming, and the NFL better be ready. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!